Welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine Talking Tourism. We have with us the CEO of the Nashville Convention and Visitors Corporation, Butch Spyridon, who is taking your calls, answering our questions, and appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank
taking
you.
these calls. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Howard. Hello, Howard.
Hello.
Are you there? Go right ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a comment and then I have a question. I'm a Nashvilleian, and I've seen my city change. And this city has become a police city and a tourist city. And we had a shrewd mayor by the name of Carl Dean, and 3 administrations ago, and he went through the state where he got a hotel motel tax, and that tax goes to the convention center. Now we have this mayor here that wants to get a 1% tax to help pay for that stadium. And I can also remember back in the day, we were trying to get the Olympics here, but they said we didn't have enough hotels. Now we have Crane City going again. We have many hotels with the infrastructure. It's not just the sidewalks on Broadway, but the highways, the water, everything is not complete to make this the type of city where you want it to be a great city. And then as far as the homeless are concerned, I worked at the stadium. We're the ones that cleaned up that mess when these rich people come in here. And then I want to know if you could advocate where these low-income people that clean up the mess that the rich make get a living wage.
All right, let's talk about some of that. All right, there's a lot there.
Yeah,
That's very interesting, the last part. That's very interesting. But you've kind of addressed a lot of this. Is there anything else you want to add? And then I'll move on to some other stuff.
You know, first, I don't think it's only rich people that go to the stadium. One of the, especially during the Titans' first glorious, miraculous season, where I saw all walks of life come together, young, old, black, white, male, female. We celebrated together. And I think that has intrinsic value to us. I clean up after myself when I tailgate, so I understand. I bring extra trash bags. But to a large degree, people are messy. I think half folks would argue there are jobs being created for people that need extra part-time work. Our industry, I would be the first to admit, I don't say we were low-wage jobs, but we maybe weren't doing our part. Now, a part-time person, I talked to a hotel yesterday, paying $16 an hour. Full-time is $20 an hour starting with benefits. So we have pushed our industry to a point that it's acceptable, can always be better. But
are you able to find workers now? That has been a big concern all over the country. What about here?
It's better than it's been in 3 years. We're still not out of the woods, but raising the wages certainly help. People finally, if it's vaccines, are feeling safe that COVID's gone, or they ran out of federal money that they were living on for a while. People are coming back to work and it's helping, but we still have a ways to go there. We all need a living wage at some form. I'm not sure I like by being a law, but I like the fact that the economy has pushed wages to where we're taking better care of people.
So let's talk about how the convention, let's just kind of give 101 on the Convention and Visitors Corporation. So basically your job is to brand, sell, and market the city of Nashville.
Correct.
You are independent of the city of Nashville.
Correct.
So how does that work? I mean, all the questions you're getting, they're very related to policy issues and that kind of thing. But how are you independent? How does that all work?
So a number of years ago, the city decided to bid our contract out. So every 5 years, they bid the contract on a national basis, open it up through an RFP. So we have to respond to it. I always say if we lose, we probably deserve to lose. So we bid as a contract agency, just like anybody else would bid on a metro contract. We're the only contract, I believe, that actually puts money into the contract. We don't take anything off the top. I'm paid for it by private dollars, so we make sure that I'm not an expense to the city. Our contract is also reimbursement. So we have to spend the money, send the invoices, and if the city approves them, then we get reimbursed. So I don't know of any other setup where the city has a contract that the vendor spends the money first, That doesn't happen anywhere else that I know of. The contract, as they say, is bid out, and we have to meet certain measurements. So we did say you're going to need to treat us like a private entity if you're going to act like we're a private entity. You can't have it both ways, but I like it. I like having to be accountable. I like having to bid it out. Keeps us on our toes. And I like the fact that we put money into the program. We put an extra $5 million a year into the city's revenue that comes from a hotel tax. And again, no other contractor is saying, oh no, Metro, we'll take your contract, but we want to add money to it.
Is that where most of your money comes from, the hotel tax?
Yes.
That's where it comes from. So yeah, obviously you want to bring people in.
Yeah,
and then
if we do well, our budget grows. If we do poorly, it doesn't. City doesn't bail us out. Let's use COVID. Our revenues dropped 70%. Nobody came to our rescue. The city wasn't, state wasn't. You know, we had a reserve. We had to borrow money. We had to tighten our belts, and we did all of that and got through it.
We're going to take a break. Then we're going to come back and talk about a couple of things that are coming up, a couple of big events that are coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.